Welcome back everybody to MGA Videos. I'm Coach Kellen.
And I'm Jazelle.
And today we're going to teach you how to do a straddle forward roll. Now for a straddle forward roll, the first thing you need to understand is, what is a straddle? And a straddle is anything you do with your legs straight and separated. For instance, a cartwheel has a straddle in it. If you saw in the middle, there's a nice big straddle. Another straddle that you guys might be familiar with is a straddle split. And this is just the split that you do with your legs separated and apart. So today we're going to be working on a straddle forward roll, and a straddle forward roll starts in a straddle stand. So we're going to start with our feet in a straddle position, just like this. You don't have to go into a split, just a little bit apart, and you're going to reach up to the ceiling, just like this. So what we're going to practice first is starting in that position and placing our hands on the floor. So reach to the ceiling, and I want you to slowly reach down and put your hands flat on the floor. And when you do this, you need to make sure that your head is tucked in. And reach back to the ceiling, nice and tall, tummy in, beautiful, and hands back down on the floor. Good, and one more time, reach to the ceiling. And when we do these, when you reach to the floor, we're gonna keep our arms parallel, which means side by side. So keep your arms side by side and reach all the way down to the floor, and you're gonna put them down nice and flat, just like this. Okay, stand back up. The next thing we're gonna do for our straddle forward roll is actually rolling over to our back. Now we're not gonna stand up yet. Instead, what we're gonna do is we're gonna roll over and land in a straddle seated position on the floor. So start in your straddle stand again with your arms up by your ears. Good. And we're gonna reach down, hands down flat on the floor. And when we do this, we wanna make sure that our head is tucked in. On a roll, you always make sure your head's tucked in. Now she's gonna bend her arms, and she's gonna lift her hips over the top and freeze. And what we're gonna do, this is for a regular forward roll. For this roll, we're actually gonna do a straddle, just like that. And for now, I want you to just put your hands right here in front of you. Let's try that again. So, start with your arms up to the ceiling, tummy in, good. And reach down to the floor, nice and flat, excellent. Keep our head tucked in, bend your arms and lift your hips over your head, and freeze, right there. Now you notice when we do this, we keep our legs straight and our feet pointed just like this, and our hands go right in front of us like this. The next part of the straddle forward roll is learning how to stand up. So this part can be a little bit tricky, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna place our hands in front of us, and you're gonna find that it's easier when you learn it to turn your hands in like this so that your fingers are pointed toward each other, just like that. And what we're going to do here is you're gonna push your hands down and backward a little bit to help you stand up on your feet. Now I'm gonna help Jazelle the first time. No, I'm not, she just did it. Good, sit back down on your feet, good. Feel a little bit closer together. Well, yeah, good. Okay, so Jazelle is gonna show how to push up to your feet. She's pushing down and leaning forward at the same time. Go ahead, Jazelle. And push all the way up to your feet, just like that. Good, you can stand with your feet together. Excellent. This skill actually finishes in a straddle stand, just like Jazelle showed us. Jazelle is gonna show you from a different angle now how we do this. Again, hands turned in, legs nice and straight. She's gonna lean forward and push down on the floor. Go ahead, Jazelle. And stand all the way up to your feet. Okay. She has a little bit of a bigger straddle than you need to do. You only need to have a little bit of a straddle. Only about this much when you stand up, but that was very good. High five. Excellent job. Now, Jazelle made that look pretty easy, but if you didn't get it the first time at home, don't give up. It can look easy, and it can get easy after you've practiced it, but if you don't get the first time, it's okay. It can be a little bit challenging sometimes. Now we're gonna move on to the next step of the straddle forward roll, which is actually rocking forward onto our feet. So what Jazelle is going to show us this time is sitting in her straddle. She's going to rock backward onto her back with her legs in a straddle, and then we're gonna reach forward and push on the floor to stand up. Arms straight in front of you, parallel just like this, legs straight. So rock back and keep your legs in your straddle, and reach back, and reach forward and push. Beautiful, excellent, high five. Let's do that one more time, and remember that when we do these, a straddle has straight legs. So this time we're gonna do it super straight legs, right? Ready, reach back, arms up, and reach forward, push, and stand. Okay, not bad. Back up. Once you have mastered how to stand up on your feet in the straddle, it's time to put the whole thing together. So we're gonna start in our straddle stand, just like this. Arms up nice and tight to your ears, nice big yawn, tummy in. And we're gonna reach all the way down to the floor, head tucked in. We're gonna bend our arms and roll over to your back, and reach through and push, and stand back up. Excellent, very good. Now one thing that you'll notice when you're doing a straddle forward roll is that when you do your roll, you actually reach your arms through your legs, so your hands get to the floor before your feet do. Come right here. So when she rolls forward, her arms are actually reaching through her legs, and her hands are gonna come to the floor and touch before her feet touch, just like this. And then she's gonna push and stand up to her feet. So let's try that one more time. And hands flat on the floor, head tucked in, and roll over. Keep your legs apart, push, and stand back up to your feet. Excellent job. High five. Boop. Now it's time for some questions about what we did today. The first question is, what is a straddle? Is a straddle with our legs together and straight? Is it apart and straight? Or is it together and bent?
Apart.
Hot dog. High five. Boop. Excellent job. That's correct. A straddle is with your legs straight and apart. The second question, what is another skill in gymnastics that has a straddle in it? What's another skill in gymnastics where your legs are straight and apart? Boom, excellent. A cartwheel is another skill that has a straddle in it, and another one that we did was a straddle split. Our last question is, when we go to stand up out of a straddle forward roll, do we reach our hands through our legs to stand up? Do we reach with our hands behind us to stand up? Or do we reach to the ceiling to stand up? What do you think, Jazelle? In front of you, through your legs, behind you, or reaching to the ceiling?
Through your legs.
Excellent. Reach through your legs to stand up so that you can put your hands on the floor and push to stand on your feet, right? Okay, we hope you enjoyed the video today of how to do a straddle forward roll. Remember to check back at mgagymnastics.com/videos for lots of other tutorials on how to do skills, as well as a lot of other cool videos, funny videos, and workout videos as well. We'll see you next time.